So today, Madam President, I stand here in this exact spot and ask the world, if not now, then when?
Abusia yabakaya eye Israel ene Hamas ntokwa akosoa machese eba fom na asanya yeden asanya pejama nansen yehu dwumadi a ye Israel for di Gaza ene sa Hamas for na abusia ano eden ma chese innocent people enkwala ewu ene ma a omuwu okro no so no chese ahumte babie ni se bombo kokora na hospitals ina no na bombo yeden eko na ne sa yim no information yenya ekora ne se ama European countries ni bi kasetia se ebeya anka FIFA embande eye Israel from so mbetimi participate ewo World Cup 2026 qualifies impo ene se ombe qualify kora akwa yeden akwa bono na dodo na kasafa ho ama eno nam so ama UN4 ekohia ewo eye UN ATF assembly meeting a omu aya omu hia eye wo US a ye hu se ye mampanyi Mahama ene ne nkrofo akwa yeden akwa kupi ono mo a chese dwumadi ne ekoso na ye mampanyi akọ make speech bi a mawiase nyina yeden kasafa ho dodo na so yeden bo na baso se wonya sa akokoduro no ene sa ziu no de ayeden de akasa ama wiase nyina nso ehu se ne Israel de ye Hamas no ano eden na be ya omunyai na speech a ye mampanyin koma na busua na nye speech ketu a chese ama president for no ebi mu a utimu so mo support Israel no all speech na ebi mu animu ayeden asesa a chese ebi mu nso asori omo boy mampanyin abaso na meme yakọ ni akọhwe ni etie nsemo a eye mampanyin de yeden edit udwa na before say be come mesro so be bo subscribe button so click on the notification bell no comment like video no na share send be ya foforo so ebenya bia yeden ahwe na mekanfo eye Elohim Roofing Systems ede ayeden ede amount o share Elohim Roofing Systems a mo kire akwan Kumase eye atonsu gianse kwan no so odi wani akire atonsu anase Kumase High School kwan no so no o trust Elizabeth Hotel a eho ena obeden ubehu eye Elohim Roofing System sa wo pen chensen papa board dan so no mesro for ni kire Elohim Roofing System from one matrofu so 0246627857 0246627857 abusuanti yanko na yanko tie nsem a ye mampanyi Mahama edetu dwa wiase nyina ene Ghana man nyina ebo na baso ewo sa bold speech a utimi nyan akokodro utimi nyan ewo UN assembly ho na utimi de yeden ede kansa ansem yenkoti mra ye ba mede nsem aka ebe to aso.
Ghana recognized the state of Palestine in 1988 and supported a two-state solution to the conflict since then. And I say, contrary to the claims of some, a two-state solution would not be a reward for Hamas. It would rather be a reprieve for the hundreds of thousands of innocent women and children and people who are facing collective punishment and forced starvation for no reason other than the fact that they are Palestinian. For nearly 2 years and for the fear of reprisals, we here in this General Assembly have been playing hide and seek with language to find the right words to help us avoid or excuse what we all know is taking place in Gaza. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter what you call it. If it looks like a duck, it swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, well, then it must be a duck. The crimes in Gaza must stop. The crimes in Gaza must stop. Madam President, I also want to draw particular attention to the conflict in Sudan, which this body has described as the world's largest humanitarian crisis. 12 million people have had to flee their homes. And when we speak of migration, we refer to the 12 million new Sudanese refugees, whom we as a global community should be willing to assist in much the same way that many member nations readily assisted new refugees coming out of Ukraine. Let's dispense with the euphemisms and dog whistles and speak frankly. It is not a mystery that when leaders of Western nations complain of their migration problems, they are often referring to immigrants from the global south. But many of those immigrants are climate refugees. And interestingly, the global north emits 75% more greenhouse gases than the global south. However, the effects of climate change are more severe in the global south because we lack the resources to address them effectively. And so when the desert encroaches on our villages and towns and they become unlivable, we are forced to flee. Wasan Shire, a Somali-born prophet, a Somali-British poet born in Kenya to Somalian refugee parents, was London's first youth poet laureate. She writes in her poem titled Home. And it says, you have to understand that no one puts their children in a boat unless the water is safer than the land.
Eti abusuane ne nsɛm a yɛma mpanyin de to dwa nsɛm no wa ɛwa paa bet kakra bi a yɛnsa kan yɛ no ɛna yɛde aba bɛyɛ den yɛde aba bɛto dwa sɛ mo so mbenya bi ahwɛ na wo so wanya bi ayɛ den wanya bi atie na ɛno nam so ama dodoɔ na ɛyɛ den ɛbɔ yɛma mpanyin aba so a kyɛ sɛ dodoɔ na ɛkasa sɛ ɛden sɛ obenya African president bi sɛ obetumi akɔgyina ho sei aka nokorɛ ɛde akyerɛ US any America for no because dodoɔ na susu sɛ ade a Israel for yɛ no ɔmo sɛ ɛyɛ US for no na yɛ den ɛtɛ akyire a kyɛ sɛ ɔmo ntimi ma Israel enyae Hamas nipakum a ɔmo ku ɔmo nkwara nketewa ne mmaa nkanka pemfoɔ ne ayarefoɔ a bombs eku ɔmo efiri asase wi so no ɛden sɛ obenya black president bi ebekwa kogina obeka saa asem wi nanso yɛma mpanyin akukuduro de kan na ma wiase na yɛ den ɛbɔ na ba so eti no mesre so wadwenkyerɛ a wɔfa speech ya ɔkɔma yɛ hu no fa hyɛ comment section na se na following wɔ all social media platforms media no Mr. Fee medamase